To play duck chess, you simply go to the tab on the side, the play button, and click on 4-player and variants, because duck chess is not standard chess, it is a variant. Wow, there are a lot of variants at this point. Well, if you switch from 4-player games to 2-player games, that seems to be the key. Sayer 1 chess, I wonder who that's named after. Most popular, duck chess. 5-4. I believe the 4-second increment is to allow for you to move the duck as well as make your move. If we click play, let's see what happens. Cancel. I wanted to... The duck is a brick. Pieces cannot move through the square occupied by the duck. However, knights can jump over the duck, so it's just an obstruction, it seems. Each player's turn has 2 steps. After moving a piece, the duck must be moved to a different and empty square. There is no check or checkmate. Capture the opponent's king to win. Invented by Dr. Tim Paulden. Stalemate only occurs when there are no legal moves left. Note that walking into check is legal. The stalemated player wins. I guess that means that the only way they can actually be stalemated is if they physically don't have a place to put their piece. Maybe their pawn is blocked by your pawn, and that is the only piece that can be moved, but then their king also has to be stuck. So it must be very, very difficult to stalemate somebody in this version. Okay, let's challenge and try a game of it. Ooh, we've got a game. I am black versus Big Shack. He has got a provisional rating, as do I. One of my games was aborted, which is where I lost a point. I have put my duck in the middle, and he is going over here. I guess I can do that and that. He's got to move his knight somewhere, but really the only sensible place to put it is probably over here. Essentially, you're trying to move around your duck and be as annoying as possible. Okay, this puts my pawn in the centre. This seems like a fair opening so far. Oh, I've still got to move the duck. It's hard to remember that there's an extra step to the game. He's really quite underdeveloped now. I wonder if he'll play that to start getting his pieces out. I don't really know why I put the duck here. I probably should have put it over here. Stop him protecting his knight. It's hard to get your head around the whole process of using your duck as irritatingly as possible, because that's what it is. It's just an obstruction, an irritant. There are some tactics available with it, but I think those tend to come a bit later in the game. So here he's very successfully stopping me getting my bishop out, but the question is, are there any other better developing moves? I'm definitely tempted to play my pawn to this square, which I've just done, and now does his knight have anywhere good to go? It would potentially want to go to here. Its only other square is really there, so let's go and put it over there. And I better stop talking so much because I'm slowly losing time. So he kind of has to go to that square now. Okay, he's now threatening this. I don't know how to get rid of all these. Yeah, it works a bit differently than the normal board. You can normally just click to get rid of them, but over here, not so easy. So I can't develop my bishop, and he's threatening this because the duck's in the way. So I can either try and protect it, or I could develop awkwardly like here. I don't really know if there's a strategy to this besides for be as irritating as possible. I'm not sure if there's a different arrangement I should try and put my pieces in. This is very much my introduction to the game. I will go for this though. It's debatable that it is better to keep all your pieces and pawns close to your king, so there are less squares for them to block near your base with their duck. But I haven't really seen it in action yet, so it's hard to get a good grip on it. I wonder how strong this guy is at normal chess. Big Shack, open a new tab. That didn't work because I am in full screen. Okay, let's develop my knight and put the duck back. Until he gives himself more room to get his bishops out, I think I'll keep putting the duck here because it seems to really be stopping his development, impeding, reducing his productivity. Would it be too much to say he's in a bit of a preduckament? Well, I'm probably getting ahead of myself. I don't think his position's necessarily any worse than mine, but we'll see. Again, he's likely to put the duck there. He did. But, well, it seems logical to put my bishop on a long diagonal. And he wants to develop... Where does he want to develop? If I put this over here, it stops him putting the bishop over there. And then I feel he's a bit vulnerable to this sort of thing later. With my bishop opening up on his rook and his knight. The only problem with putting the duck here is, of course, that allows him to develop something to this square. I'm trying to figure out the correct mode of conduct while playing this game. Sorry guys, they only get worse from here. He's taking more time than me, thankfully. Ooh, so now he is... I think I can trap his knight here. If I... Let's just get rid of this. And... Gosh, it's so hard to get rid of the arrows. I think I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know how to get rid of them. So his knight is now on this square, and normally it could return to this square, but if I attack his knight and put the duck on this square, I think this knight is trapped. Nearly put it on the wrong square. This is duck tactics at its finest. I think we've trapped his knight now by using the duck to obstruct his only retreat square for the knight. This is the sort of thinking that you have to get used to in this duck game, I think. I think there are a few others, one which I hope will come up later in the game, but in case it doesn't I'll explain it now, is if, for example, I had a knight or even my queen on this square and he was somehow threatening it, and I felt it was safe because it was protected by my bishop, he may be able to just take it, say his queen was on this square, and put his duck exactly where he's just put it now, and I wouldn't be able to take back with the bishop because he's just blocked the protection by putting the duck in the way. So I have to take the knight, I think, and his... well, he'd like to take back there, and I can't really do anything about it, but I can prevent him castling. So let's go for that. Presumably he's going to take back here and put his duck back over here. I need to get rid of these arrows. Is there some way I can get rid of them? No? Oh, what am I doing wrong, guys? Oh gosh, every time I try to erase them I end up drawing an extra one. There we go. So, well, I'm going to put the duck back there, and meanwhile I should probably develop the rest of my pieces. Over here or over here? The advantage. Where do I want the knight to go next? If I'm going here, do you think the only reason is to open up the centre, which might be good with his bishop over here? It also blocks in my bishop more. I think I'd probably rather put it over here and still stop him castling. Ah, so he's stopping my bishop going to this square and my knight. Okay, well I can finally develop the knight at least. It's hard, the duck almost looks a bit like a knight, and I keep thinking it can take my knight or my pawn, but it can't. And I need to still put the duck somewhere. He's down to 38 seconds, or and it's going down. I hope this game is finished on the board, because if it's finished on the clock, that'll be a touch boring, won't it? Okay, so I can go here now and put the duck. He could castle long or he could castle short. If he castles short, then I've got the fork on the rook and the other rook. Actually, he won't have a rook on the square. What on earth am I talking about? Oh gosh, you see I've just fallen for this tactic. I thought my knight was safe because... That's irritating. And he'll go back here and he can take over here and I will go over here. Well, he's just dropped his bishop. So that's nice. Oh gosh, I've got to put the duck somewhere. I'm now low on time, very low on time. Oh gosh, get rid of these arrows, please. Oh, that wasn't the right place to put the duck, but whatever. I assume he'll take back over here. I've only impeded myself by putting that there. This is now very tense. I am still up a piece, I think. Am I up a piece? Yeah, I am up a piece. Okay, let's put my thing over there and that over there. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Might play that. Okay, let's pin that and go over there. He can take over here now. So I need to castle and put that over there. Oh, I didn't even see. He can now take my bishop. And let's put that over there. Getting so slow. Oh gosh. I'm going to lose this game, I think. I should have put the duck over there. It was absurd. Why didn't I put the duck over there? I won on time. Oh gosh. I didn't want the game to end on time, but now it has. I'm very glad. I wonder how strong this guy was at normal chess, because this was not easy. Big Shack. Best rating 1,000? I find that hard to believe. He played very well for his rating, what can I say? I kept dropping pieces at the end. You forget that you also have to look out for direct attacks on your pieces.